City of Osage Beach on economic development matters. And to get us started, I'm going to ask Tara to call roll.
Alderman Hoffman.
Here.
Fred Catcott.
Here.
Dave Crane.
Here.
Tim Gardner.
Here.
Chief Berardi.
Paul Berardi. Here.
Brett Thompson.
Here.
Brian Butts.
Here.
No Ike Skelton and no James Gohagan.
Okay, we have a quorum, so we can start. Like the beginning of any public body, we need to elect a chairperson and secretary. So if anyone would like to make a motion.
A motion for Justin Hoffman to be chair.
I'll second that.
Is there all in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. Alderman Hoffman, you are chairperson. Would you
Thank
like
you, everybody.
to ask for a nomination for secretary?
I'd like to nominate Tara Breath.
I'll second that.
Then you can call for a vote.
I'd like to call for a vote now. Does it have to be a roll call vote?
No, it can be a voice vote.
Okay, just a voice vote, please. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it.
And Mr. Chairperson, with your permission, I'd like to open the public hearing.
Please do so.
Okay, it's open. Those of you who received an email packet with a few documents last week. One of those documents looks like this. It is the Arrowhead redevelopment plan that was approved in 2015. And then the purpose of tonight's meeting is to discuss the 2025 amendment, which is pretty short and simple, and we'll go through that. I've got a slideshow here that will, just a few slides to keep things quick and organized. Again, my name is Mark Spikerman. I'm here on behalf of the city. We do have Gary Mitchell and Bill Moore representing the applicant, and they'll have a chance to speak later. And if you have any specific questions about their plans for the project, just hold those back until they get a chance to come up. So I mentioned the Arrowhead plan was approved 10 years ago. So what happened then? Well, on July 16, 2015, the Board of Aldermen approved the plan and introduced board bills for each of 8 phases, or in TIF language, we call them RPAs, redevelopment project areas. And actually before July 16th, on June 24th, 2015, the TIF Commission reviewed that plan and voted 11-0 in favor of recommending its approval to the Board of Aldermen. Once the plan was approves a plan, but it doesn't activate TIF. TIF is activated when a redevelopment project is approved. And so we flash forward to February 2016. The first phase, RPA 1, was approved, and that activated TIF in RPA 1. And TIF has a 23-year clock, so in RPA 1, TIF goes from 2016 to 2039. So on July 2nd of this year, the Board of Aldermen took new action with respect to Arrowhead. And why did they do that? It's because of this section in the TIF Act that says, if you're going to activate an RPA, if you're going to approve a redevelopment project, you need to do it within 10 years of the ordinance approving the redevelopment plan. So they were up against the clock, and they took action to activate approved redevelopment projects for RPAs 2 through 8. That started the TIF clock. That means for 23 years, it's going to run from this year, 2025, to 2048 for those things. The board also voted to convene this commission to consider some amendments. The purpose of these amendments is really more administrative and flexible and increased flexibility. There is no change to the total amount of TIF assistance available. The real main thing is to take those RPAs 2 through 8 that are now that were activated on the same night, all activated July 2nd, consolidate them into one RPA. This will make Tara's life a lot easier. This will make the city treasurer's life a lot easier. It'll make it, instead of administering 7 different RPAs, they can administer one RPA. The other thing that this is doing is allowing that any of the original project activities described for each of RPAs 2 through 8 can now be sort of implemented anywhere within the consolidated area. Just provides more flexibility. Say market conditions change, timing change, plans change, but they still have to be consistent with the original intent of the plan. And so here's a map of RPAs. RPA 1 is the blue area. That's what was activated back in 2016. The green outlined area is what is currently subdivided into RPAs 2 through 8. And if this plan were recommended by you and adopted by the Board of Aldermen, would be consolidated into a single area for administrative ease and flexibility. Previously, the plan allocated about $4.1 million to RPA 1, and then divided about $50 million between the other RPAs. So that total amount being $55 million, as you can see on the screen, that's not changing. No increase. The eligible redevelopment project activities described there on the slide, ranging from independent senior living, some family entertainment, restaurant, retail, office, hotel. Those are all still in the mix, and the developer can talk specifics later on, but that you would actually have to build that to receive TIF assistance. We also want to point out TIF Commission's role here, and I should have said this earlier. For those of you who have been on other TIF commissions, your role under state statute is to review the plan, or in this case, the 2025 amendment to the plan, hold a public hearing, solicit public comment, and then make a recommendation to the Board of Aldermen with respect to that plan, or in this case, amendment to the plan. The specifics of how the TIF is implemented is done by contract called a redevelopment agreement, and that's between the city and the developer. There's an existing redevelopment agreement today that was executed back in 2016. We anticipate, or the city anticipates, that it will be amending and restating that to reflect both the actions contemplated by the 2025 amendment, but also just it's been 10 years and it needs a refresh. It needs to reflect the current conditions and current expectations with respect to getting this ground redeveloped. One thing neither the redevelopment plan or the redevelopment agreement do is they don't control planning and zoning. That still goes through the normal city processes.
Would you say they don't control it? I'm sorry.
Planning and zoning. And I'm happy to take a pause here if there's any questions. Otherwise, we can bring up the applicant and hear from them.
I just one question. So we went over this in the city council meeting, but I just wanted for the record here, nothing changed from the previous. We're really just renewing it, correct? Nothing changed at all?
The two things that this amendment does essentially is consolidates RPAs 2 through 8 into just one big RPA 2. It's all on the same schedule now. There's no point of having phases. Keeping it consolidated, that's just going to make it easier to administer. The other thing is that any of the original project activities, the original plan described certain things happening in RPA 4 and certain things happening in RPA 5. Now any of those things can happen anywhere within the consolidated RPA 2.
Okay, thank you.
Turn it over to Bill. Are you going to take it over?
Good evening. Bill Moore is my name, and I'm an attorney with Rouse Fretz, White Goss, Gentile Rhodes law firm located in Kansas City, Missouri. I've been representing the applicant, Gary Mitchell, from the very beginning of this project. Happy to be here this evening to make this few brief comments to you about the plan. I do want to let you know that we are in full support of the changes that are being suggested. We're looking forward to negotiating the changes to the redevelopment agreement for future development of the project area. As you know, during that time period, right after this project got approved, COVID hit and things kind of changed. I can tell you that Gary and his partners have been out there working this project diligently ever since, and it's the economy has changed a little bit, but it looks like it's coming around, particularly here in Osage Beach, and I think that's a good thing. If you have any questions regarding any activities or anything, Gary is here. He can certainly answer any questions. I'm more than happy to answer any questions if you have that I might be able to provide information to you. Sure.
I was on the previous TIF, and we were real excited when you put a shovel in the ground and built Arrowhead, the nursing facility, care facility out here.
Uh-huh.
And we've been waiting and waiting and waiting for another shovel to go in the ground. Now, could you kind of give us a breakdown of when you plan on building this and how long is it going to take?
Sure. Yeah, I'm going to let Gary answer that.
Yeah, because
but I
it's
do
been
want,
quite a while since it started.
right, and I appreciate the question. I think it's an excellent one. I also want to point out that not only did the assisted living facility get constructed, but if you remember, Jeffrey's, the restaurant was also redeveloped at the same time. Unfortunately, because the way the plan was set up at that time, Gary and the developers weren't able to capture any of the TIF revenues that were coming off of that because it was in a different project area. And so with this plan change, we think that will really help kind of kick things off, because now we can look at the entire project area for development opportunities and not have to worry about being confined to specific project areas as on a going forward basis. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Gary, and he can talk about what activities might be coming up.
Hi, I'm Gary Mitchell, the president of Arrowhead Development Group, and I appreciate the question. And I think Bill's right. You know, there's some things we didn't foresee 10 years ago. For example, the independent senior living in District 2, we wanted to start those, but if we would have started it, it would have activated the whole district of District 2, which was 35 acres. So here we might have built, 5 or 6 duplexes for the independent, but it would have started that 23-year clock on 35 acres. So it wasn't economical to give up that future revenue. So I wish we could have come up with some language that we had maybe a smaller district in each side of a district to create smaller districts, so we could have had more activity. But now that we're activated, we're going to start building. So to answer your question, the independent senior living cottages, that has been planned, and tremendous interest in those are being priced out now. They'll break ground in 26. There'll be 2 duplexes on a rental program for independent senior living. And what that does, it kind of fills out that whole facility, and thanks for the comment on Arrowhead, because we're very proud of that facility. It's been #1, I think, every year we've been open. But that will complete the lifestyles of having all types of living. Independent will be only maintenance-free yards, or it could be somebody come in and do your meals for you. You could have somebody do your pills. It's kind of a la carte. It's very much demand, because I think what a lot of developers missed is there's a lot of people that's been here at the lake for 30 years from their retirement. They don't want to go back to Kansas City or St. Louis because their friends are here. So, we're very excited about that market. But since we've been activated, we're going to break ground on 2 duplexes, and then the existing villas below Jeffrey's are going to be modified to be independent senior living. So we have that starting in 26, and then in 27 in District 4, which is kind of the prime district, we have a major family entertainment center coming. They're planning to be open in 27. And it's about a $40 million facility. It'd be tremendous attraction for the lake, and especially with all the other things coming with us, you know, it's going to be pretty exciting. So we think the timing's right now, you know, with the election, the economy's heating up. We've got things happening at the bridge. We got things happening at the mall. I think they all complement each other. So I think the timing's right. Better maybe it was 10 years ago. There was several years we didn't want tenants. Sounds crazy, but you had to give it away to get them because the economy was there. And I mean, you had to give everything away. And we elected, since we didn't have any debt on the property, we elected just to weather the storm and wait till the tenants was, you know, a decent deal for the developers and the city to get. So timing's changed. The tenants now are worth getting. So we think the timing's right. Any other questions?
Can I add to that answer?
Just curious, you stated earlier that the reason why you didn't move forward with the project previously was because one of the areas was where you would build the duplexes was larger than what made economic sense to build those few units. Will just having one RDA with a lot more acreage than even that one district not put you in the same position?
He's got a choice.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't want to activate the RPA because it would have started their 23-year clock, but
Right.
But now it's been activated already, so the activation's already occurred, so they have no choice.
Okay.
And
Okay.
due to the way the TIF Act is written, it was either activated in last month or not activated at all.
So that will encourage you to be
Yeah.
fast and furious on getting these things up and
Yeah.
running.
And looking back, I think we're still better off of not doing that. I mean, you know, the fire's been built, you know, for us, so.
And I do want to add too, I've shared this with several of you, and Alderman Hoffman will recall, at the meeting when we called this TIF commission meeting, the Board of Aldermen was very, very clear that they wanted to see, you know, they wanted to encourage progress. Gary was here, he heard that loud and clear as well. And when we've talked about, we're at least, you know, in agreement in principle on having some milestones. You know, this isn't for TIF commission, this will be in the redevelopment agreement that goes back to the board. But the board has communicated very clearly that they want to see some additional milestones, deadlines for development so that we're not having this conversation again in 10
Plan
years.
of action and milestones.
Yep.
Yeah,
In writing.
just to add on that, the board was in full support of this, but if there was one thing that was echoed loudly by really by all the aldermen up there was, we believe in you, let's get going, let's see something happen. But other than that, the board was fully in support, yes.
Yeah, I appreciate that. You know, somebody I just met, but I've been the owner of Dogwood Hills since 1980. Then I left there to become a full-time developer. I thought this was definitely a golf course deal that was one of my better deals I'd made, and I thought it was in great hands, so I became a developer and went to Springfield, did a 670-acre development called Rivercut with the city of Springfield. Won international awards, very proud of that project. Did some commercial in Forsyth, Missouri, and then my last project was in Columbia. It's called the Community of Old Hawthorne. It was a 631-acre development. We moved 990 homes in 10 years on that project. It's the home course of the Tigers golf team, men's and ladies, a private club. So, you know, we've hit some home runs. We're pretty good developers. My partners are owners of over 100 healthcare facilities. They own 50 golf courses. They're into everything. And so they're part of the entertainment center coming to our property. So it's a kind of in-house development. So we're pretty confident we can tell you it's coming because it's kind of us or them, you know. So, you know, we've got a good track record. I think your vote tonight will give us the confidence to prove that. But we have done what we have done is first class. I think you can see that. You look at Jeffrey's, wins top restaurants every year. That was our upgrade with the TIF. We didn't activate that district because of the same reason it would have started the clock. So we ate that one. But we do it right. Everything's first class. We'll continue the first class and make the city proud. So Any other questions? I'd
Yeah,
appreciate
Commissioner
your
Butts, you
support.
still have the floor. Did you have any other questions?
No, I see. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Was there any other questions from anyone on the dais? No? Okay, hearing none. Mr. Spikerman, if you could.
Thank you. Mr. Chairperson, the next item would be for you to call for public testimony.
I would like to call for public testimony. If there's anyone out there, please step forward. You have 3 minutes. I assume I'm correct? No? Yes? Seeing none, we can move on. Close the hearing? Is that?
One more thing. Tara, did the city receive any written testimony? Okay, you may proceed to
All
close
right,
the meeting.
I'll take a motion to close the meeting.
Hearing.
Or hearing. First day, everyone. I'll entertain a motion to, what was the verbiage again? To close the public hearing.
I make that motion.
Okay, first, we had a motion and a second. All those in favor? Aye. Ayes have it. That will get better, folks.
Okay. If I may. Also in the board packet was a copy of a resolution. It is a resolution of the TIF Commission approving the 2025 amendment to the Arrowhead Plan and recommending that the Board of Aldermen enact an ordinance approving it. If you go through it, the first page is recitals. It just lists the prior actions that were taken with respect to the original plan. And then on the second page, it says, number 1, TIF Commission ratifying the date of this hearing, just a procedural matter. 2, the 2025 amendment and the revisions, the redevelopment projects described therein, which is just allowing them to be done anywhere in the consolidated area, are hereby adopted and approved. The TIF Commission recommends that the Board of Aldermen adopt an ordinance in the form required by the TIF Act to approve the 2025 amendment. I'm happy to answer any questions. Otherwise, if this is what you want to proceed with, you can have a motion. If you want to make amendments, you can, discuss that as well.
I move to accept to approve the proposal as written.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Or is that a roll call?
Yeah, we probably should do a roll
Okay.
call.
Let's back that up. Roll call vote, please.
You're doing good. Dave Crane,
Yes.
Timothy Gardner,
Yes.
Fred Catcott,
Aye.
Chairman Hoffman,
Aye.
Chief Paul Berardi,
Aye.
Brett Thompson,
Aye.
and Brian Butts.
Aye.
Now, if you'd like to adjourn the meeting, it would be
If I'd like to what?
appropriate.
Adjourn the meeting.
Well, is there anyone who'd like to make any comments before we leave, on behalf of the school or the fire or community? No? All right, I would like to entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Yeah, Tim did. Okay, thanks, everybody. And appreciate everyone supporting me in books.
There you go.